Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, the owner driver, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Tsunoda, Stroll, Magnussen, Joe, Albon, Bottas, Ricciardo, Button, and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
experience as possible. It hasn't always been like that. The 1950s, the average...
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye. Welcome then as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Norris, Sainz, Verstappen, the owner driver, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda, Joe, Magnussen, Albon, Button, Sargent, Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's have a chat about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
F1 engines join the V8 in comparison to typical 60. Max Verstappen managed to finish 81 and 70 on podium.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Well, there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes move to the top of the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.